And welcome back to another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This. Yeah. And I am your host, Trey the Barber.
And this your other host, Dice the Barber. And today,
hold on, we actually got Kush over there, but I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He didn't want to announce his presence.
Kush is in the building. I was actually about to hook us up with some intro music. You know, it's Aretha weekend. You know,
okay. Well, real quick, today our guest in the building, we got my homeboy, my Ace Boom Coon, Josh Martin.
Hey,
what's up, bro?
My nigga Josh, what up, boy?
Is this pre-recorded, please?
Yes.
I mean, we do pre-record, but we don't stop. Everything's live.
Well, nigga, that's a shitty intro. Can I get a better one? Like, executive.
Light him up.
Okay.
Can I get what I've worked so hard for, nigga?
I was actually gonna get into all of that. You know what I'm saying?
But, nigga.
I'm listen,
bougie now, nigga.
Oh my God. listen. To me,
nigga, I work
you
for that.
but to me, you my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I get it.
I gotta let the people know above all of that shit, you the homie. You know what I'm saying? But we got executive film producer Josh Martin in the building.
That's a little better.
Thank you.
I was gonna do that, but I didn't want to be super bougie.
I'm bougie now.
Wow.
He's gonna tell us that he's bougie and shit.
Bougie.
Like that's some bullshit.
I mean, we brought him back to the hood today.
Don't let Hollywood get to you,
minutes,
nigga. Stay regular.
No, nigga, no. When you change for a reason. You work to change.
That's right.
If I stay the same, I'd still be in the hood.
Growing,
nigga.
right?
You're right. But you ain't gotta be bougie talking about, hey, give me a better intro, nigga.
I paid the cost to be the boss.
To be bougie.
He paid the cost.
Well, shit, I'm gonna be bougie too, guys.
You should, damn it.
Fuck it. Shit,
Don't let Dice fool you, dog. The tonsor down here gives you bottles of champagne when you get haircuts, dog. That's bougie, dog.
Sit in this chair and get the.
I got red wine and champagne in my establishment now.
Hey, Dice, is that the VIP
complimentary? Yeah, nigga, you getting all the VIP treatment.
The VIP treatment, dog.
Nigga, listen, you getting the facial, you getting the whole facial experience.
What?
You know what I mean? The steam going to the face to clean the pores.
How much you charge, Dice?
I'm charging $40 for
Damn, dog.
Now,
so $10 more, I can get all the extras, right?
Yeah, get all that extra shit.
You see Trey side eye me like, what you talking about, nigga? Trey like, nigga, I get all the extras for $10 more.
Don't be mad at me for being bougie.
Don't be poaching on my clients.
Hey, he approached me. I ain't say shit, nigga.
I didn't say approach. I said poach.
I might have to go see one time, dog, just to see what the experience is like.
Hold on, here's the thing.
I mean, I cut your son, so you still gonna be able to get some champagne.
I know. Okay, that's true.
$10 more.
Y'all want to hear something funny? Y'all want to hear something funny? Okay, so the day Dice's last day at the shop, he's gathering all his things he left out.
His tonsor
he
tools.
said his piece of his goodbyes, right? So Matt goes over to the store next door after he had left, and Dice had left some of his business cards.
Oh,
but they've been there. But them shit's been there for like 4 days.
They just having to put them out.
So look,
I already know.
So Matt came back. He's like, this nigga think he just gonna leave his business cards. He's like, nigga, this ain't your block no more. This ain't. Look, so Matt walks over to the trash. He's like, I don't know what he think this nigga.
He just wasted my money.
Yeah, damn right.
That motherfucker.
Nigga, don't leave your shit in our
Nigga,
turf,
listen,
nigga.
that shit was left there while I was still there.
The hustling.
I put that shit on Wednesday.
That's like coming to leave your drug samples.
Hey, nigga, don't apologize for growth.
Listen, I'm not. I'm not.
You ain't gonna grow on my block. Hey, what that nigga say in Sugar Hill? Not in my house. Not on my block.
But y'all still my brothers though, so you know what I mean? All that shit shouldn't even matter.
They should be trying to send you business.
What he said is y'all
we
just
said to your niggas that still coming in looking for Dice. Hey, this is how you get in touch with him.
That's what's up. One nigga hit me and was like, yo, you at the others? You ain't here no more? I was like, nigga, I sent out the motherfucking message. He was like, nigga, I'll be there in 15. I was like, come on, bro. Like, this niggas is fucking up, but I'm glad y'all sent that nigga back my way.
Hey, you're going to have some problems in the beginning, but it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
But however, we got sidetracked real quick. I always start the show off by saying I just want to thank God for waking us up this morning and allowing everybody to be here. You know what I'm saying? So, let's bless this. And we also have to bless the show with a shot. I don't know if you know it or not, but we always kick the show off with a shot.
Air show.
All the guests, everybody.
Air
and
show.
specialty today, we're going to celebrate Dice's birthday because Dice's birthday is tomorrow.
Clap it up for the tonsor.
Yeah, this nigga gonna keep calling me the goddamn tonsor the whole fucking show. This nigga done failed. You done learned the new word.
I learned the new word.
Now this nigga all day he gonna say this.
The dude sign on the barbershop don't say barbershop. It say tonsorial.
Hey, we gonna finish off the rest of this bottle.
What?
For my birthday shot. Hey, small shots, nigga, because I ain't got
small shots.
I got a little tequila. I can't drink too much because I'm driving down to San Diego after the show. So,
yo, if y'all see
where
this
you going?
glass,
SeaWorld?
this is amazing.
To see the enslaved
I
whale.
want to see Shamu,
Dice,
nigga.
did you know Dice supports animal enslavement?
This
Took
nigga.
his son to see.
I did take my son to go
SeaWorld.
to SeaWorld.
Let me ask you a question.
But listen,
hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Salute. We got before we continue.
Salute.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Dice.
birthday,
No
Dice.
doubt. Good looking, man. Appreciate it. Nigga getting old.
A big shot to you for coming through.
Thank you.
Bang bang.
So listen, hold on a second. So Trey, have you ever been to SeaWorld?
Before I knew, this is what we
Nigga,
talked
you
about last
knew.
time. Listen,
Nigga, been knew.
before,
He
no,
didn't know his
What do you mean before you knew?
Before I understood.
Before he knew
Because
they was
I never
enslaved.
really.
What did
I
you
never looked at it
understand?
before. Listen,
And that's why I took my son
did you
before he
see-
knows.
Did you see the Netflix special they got out
Yes.
called Blackfish?
Yes.
Okay, once I watched that, I said, okay, I get it. I'm never going to SeaWorld again. I didn't understand all that was going on. You understand?
Did you
And
see
same-
what the
and
hell?
To me, and
Did you
I
see-
did.
Did you stop eating for a while?
Nigga, you the one told
That
me.
nigga
to
went
watch it.
vegan.
Did you stop eating for a
That
while?
nigga
I
went
stopped eating
vegan.
for a while.
Did you go back?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so that's the
That
same
nigga
thing's gonna happen with
cooking up the
SeaWorld.
motherfucker.
No, it's not. Listen, I'm not going to SeaWorld no more. I'm not going to no more zoos.
SeaWorld is part
I'm
of
not-
our childhood history. We have to
man.
continue
Nah,
the
man.
tradition
You-
by taking
Yeah, man. I ain't even know who the fuck
Listen,
Shamu
time out.
was.
This is how I look at it. That's
You ain't
just
finna
like,
take your
listen,
kid on no boat?
listen, hold on, listen.
Out to the
that's
ocean?
just like, hold on. That's just like when they took us in slavery and they used to use little black kids as their entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make it right because you enslaved. You take somebody from their own environment and you make them your own personal.
He's trying to convince you to not to
I
go
ain't
to
convincing
SeaWorld
you of
type
anything.
shit.
I'm just telling you this how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They snatching these animals.
He said, okay, nigga,
no,
whatever.
for real, no. Look, they snatching animals out of there.
But you know, he got a dog. He's basically doing the same thing.
A dog is a domestic animal.
Okay.
Just because they say
My
it
dog,
is.
nigga, my
How
dog,
you know
listen.
Yeah,
dogs
how you
ain't
know
in
God
houses
didn't
like
make
that?
a dog just
Hold on,
roam?
you know
the
why?
earth?
You know why? Because I can open up my door and my dog is not leaving.
Okay, I
That nigga's like, I'm chill. I
How you
love
know Shamu
y'all.
and them
Y'all
ain't
love
saying
me.
No, they ain't gonna
How you
leave
know-
because
yeah,
they might be
listen,
like, nah, I ain't
Shamu
finna.
and them have killed they trainers.
But that's
niggas,
beef.
they
That
like,
ain't saying
listen,
you want to
man.
leave.
Nigga,
That's
that
beef.
nigga,
How you know
shit.
they ain't get
Nigga,
shorted
I
on the
wanna
fish
get the
that day?
fuck
Like,
out.
dog, if you'd have gave me
Listen,
two more, you
You
wouldn't
can't say that because there's been dogs that's killed their masters.
because
True,
they have
pit
been
bulls.
mistreated.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I have a domestic animal. My dog like
I
Who
agree with
says
your
the
point.
animal is domestic?
because
Society.
it's behavior.
The behavior says the
Yes.
dog is domestic.
Yes, there are wild dogs, and wild dogs you don't keep them in your house.
Nigga, dogs are not made to be inside the house. Just like
So, hold on.
how those wells, you know what I mean, they ain't made to be in those. In
Yeah,
those
there's no
places.
such thing as
So
house.
now I mean, so
my dog is
you're-
made to be in the house
Because
It
you
is-
trained him that
No,
way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
If
of,
you do
because
something
sound
long
like a
enough,
white man
listen,
is
saying
because
his
of his
slave was
genetics.
made to be in
his
the field.
genetics
listen.
says that he's
Listen,
supposed to be in the house.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this because
All the way back to
because
dog history, they was
because
in
of
houses.
his short snout. Because of his short snout, like
Short
he can't breathe.
snout.
That I'm telling you,
You
listen.
hear this
So
bullshit?
your dog was genetically
So you
bred.
saving your dog.
So your dog was genetically bred to stay in the house, but you don't.
Get the fuck out of here. This sounds like bullshit.
Nigga, y'all crazy.
I can't believe
y'all niggas.
Yo, he's listening to
All this
himself.
shit was-
He's
all
listening
this
to
shit was-
himself like, nigga, this do sound like
No,
bullshit.
it don't. It don't. My dog loves me, and I love my dog, and that's the only dog I love. I don't love
Master
nobody.
used
I'm
to
not
say
a
we
dog
loved
lover.
him.
You know how people are dog lovers? I'm not a dog lover.
Me neither.
I just love my dog.
I love dogs, dude.
Like
but I
people
don't
walk
love
up to
dogs.
Jacks all the time. Ooh, I never walk up to other people's dogs. I never touch them.
Man, I
don't
was,
care if
I
it's
was
a
in
French
an
bulldog or
elevator
not, like-
with a friend one time that
That's
had
'cause you had a
cup Yorkie, and a lady walked up and said hi to us and leaned down and French kissed the dog. I swear
Oh,
to God.
shit.
Listen,
Straight lick
French
tongues
kissed
with the
the
dog.
dog. Dog, listen,
Kissed
look,
the dog.
look,
It was the
look.
nastiest shit I ever seen in person
Look,
in life.
I'm pretty
my
sure
nigga.
Trey let
Jax
his
was
dog
little,
kiss him in the
look,
mouth.
when Jax was little, like when we first got Jax, he would shit in the house, and
Jax is a French.
is a French bulldog.
Cool dog.
So he would shit in the house and he would eat the shit. Right? So One day, the nigga shit in the house. He ate the shit. There was a little piece of shit there, so I'm taking the nigga outside. You know what I'm saying?
Late.
While we're walking, there's a little white lady comes up. She's like, "Oh my God, he's so cute." And she goes down and she kisses Jax right in the mouth.
After
I'm looking like,
you the nastiest. You the nastiest.
he just ate shit,
You do that
and she
nasty
kissed
shit.
him in the mouth.
They straight
This
be
is like-
kissing them in the mouth, dog.
That's some nasty
That's
ass
some
shit.
nasty ass shit, dog.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's some nasty ass shit. Nasty ass shit.
Anyway, so I want to talk to you, Josh, about the upcoming film Little.
What do you want to know?
Congrats on that, by the way.
What do you want
Clap
to
it
know?
up.
Come on, man, you gotta right,
Clap it up.
Mr. Film producer. You have to be more
Bougie.
right,
Growth
Mr.
and
Bougie. You
bougie.
got to be more excited about. What do you want to know?
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Yeah.
Like you got to talk to me about it. Tell us about it.
Tell him Jordan hit buckets
Or
every
what
day.
can-
He ain't
like,
get
what can
excited
you
for
talk
32,
about? Like, you
dog.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
you
We can't-
do.
I had to try my Billy D voice. That's why I said that.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
this
this
nigga. he went real bougie.
Right.
He said, I gotta put my bougie voice on, and I gotta talk real bougie.
Nigga,
Hey,
it works every time. So what can you tell us about the movie? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It's first of all, it's a Universal picture along with Will Packer Productions.
Nice.
If you don't know who Will Packer is, he did Girls Trip, Think Like a Man, Ride Along too. And a lot of more
Money.
absolutely positive. Well, I don't know. He just did a whole bunch of great shit.
That's a lot of shit right
A
there.
lot of
already.
shit. History.
He's a remarkable super producer, and I am happy to be able to call him a friend as well. But the film.
So tell us about the movie, though.
Well, the film is about a young she's 35, 36. Regina Hall plays Big Jordan, who has a chance to go back and relive her youth as a childhood, because as an adult she's kind of an asshole. And for her to be able to go relive her childhood, she gets to do it again to figure out what caused her to be an asshole as an adult and try to change it. So that's kind of the film. If you've ever seen the movie Big, it's kind of the reverse of Big, and it's called Little.
That's nice, yo. That's interesting right there.
And who
Thank you.
play?
Because everybody wish they could go back and
Little Jordan.
Little Jordan is played by my daughter, Marseille Martin, from ABC's Blackish.
Hey.
Blackish.
And she, her sidekick in the movie, which is one of the other stars, is a phenomenal actress by the name of Issa Rae.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah,
I love Issa.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody.
she's a big inspiration to me. So
Yeah, she changed the game. You know what I'm saying? She got all these chicks out here like on some other shit from her show. Nigga, that shit is crazy.
Awkward Black Girl, yeah, and Insecure. Amazing
Yeah,
show. Shout out to Issa Rae.
Shout out Issa Rae.
So like again, you are the father of the talented Marseille Martin, lovely young lady,
Thank
by
you.
the way. You know,
Yeah, I
what I'm
met her.
saying?
She's
I mean, they personal close family friends
Great.
of ours, and you know what I'm saying. Like,
Thank you.
y'all dope as hell.
Thank you.
So starting off, like, how did she get on the show Blackish?
Nigga, she auditioned like everybody else. She's a phenomenal actress. You know, she auditioned like everybody else. And I think they probably went through couple thousand kids, and she just stood out. Her quirkiness, she's quick-witted, great comedic timing, and but she auditioned like everyone else, and she got the job.
That's dope.
that's what's
dope.
up, man.
So how was it working with Will Packer? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a legend. Like he's done. You named off several movies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And just the knowledge. Because I remember I was just down with you in Atlanta during the filming of the movie.
Yeah, you came
I
down
got a
to hang
chance
out.
to. I appreciate that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a chance to be a part of the filmmaking process. You know
How'd you
what I'm
like that?
saying? It was dope as hell. Like for me, I told Josh, I said it was surreal because I remember when he first had the idea, you know, when they first came up with the idea and then they found the writers to write it and they, you know, each and every step, you know what I'm saying? We've talked about it.
Yeah.
And to actually be there on set and to see
how it's
this
all
shit
coming together.
is
Yeah.
in motion and next year it's about to be on the screen, like it's surreal, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was truly proud of you,
Thank
man.
you.
I thank you for allowing me and my family to be a part of it for real though.
Oh, for sure, man. My daughter loves your family. You know, we love you guys. So definitely, always.
So back to how how it was working with Will.
Will's cool, man. He's a smart brother, you know what I'm saying? And I want to give him thanks just for allowing us to have the opportunity to change our lives. You know, this was a film that my daughter thought of, and, you know, in Hollywood is not easy to navigate through. A lot of people don't want to give you the opportunity, especially black folks, and for him to see her vision and, you know, want to work with her without even knowing much about what, you know, he saw what she did on Blackish, but that's it. But he did believe in her vision. He believes in diversity in film. You know, he wants us to be more relevant. He wants us to tell our stories, and you know, so he jumped on board with it. Was like, yo, I see it from day one. So he took us into Universal, and we got with Universal. We talked to Universal, and they loved the idea of the film. But, you know, we still didn't know if they were going to make it. They bought the idea, but we still didn't know if they were going to make it. And, you know, 3 years later, we got that call like, yo, let's do this.
Yo, how did you feel when you got that call, bro? Like when you get that call, like, okay, it's a go. Like what was the feeling, bro? Like, you know, for the people that, you know, because I want to know, nigga. Like, we ain't gonna know.
That feeling was. You know what? It's hard to explain what that feeling is, because for me in this industry, you know, everything hasn't been or it hasn't been as difficult as for others. You know what I'm saying? So when I got the call, I didn't really understand what greenlit meant. I thought the shit was greenlit when I sold it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we gonna make this. But you know, but then again, I put that also out in the world, because my wife is always telling me put that in the universe, put that in the universe. You know, so I'm already thinking that this is already made once we sold it. You know, I didn't expect it to take 3 years, but once we finally got the call, that, you know, and you know, I had talked to Will within those 3 years. Consistently, you know, we go to his office, hang out with him, chop it up with him, and he was always saying, "Yeah, we're gonna make this. You're next. I promise you, we're gonna make this." And then 3 years later, he stood by his word, and we made this film, and it absolutely came out fantastic.
That's what's up. And another thing is, like, you know, timing is everything. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like 3 years ago, your daughter would have been how old?
She would have been 11.
Yeah. So now that she's 14, it's like now she grew a little bit more. You know, her acting is a little bit more better, right. And you know, that's what I'm saying. Timing is everything. Right. So now it's like the perfect time for her to actually do what she had to do to make it what it is.
Exactly. I firmly believe that God's gonna do it when He's ready for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not up to us; it's up to Him.
Yep. How does it feel as the father to have your daughter starring in the movie, and she kind of created it too? So.
Yeah, you know, I'm super proud of her. You know, I can't tell her enough how proud I am of her and the things that she's accomplished. She's an amazing talent, and just to see her growth from where she was to where she is now is truly remarkable, you know, and for her to be able to star and carry a film with some amazing actresses and hold her own, man, you know, and it wasn't easy for her. You know, the script changed every single day. You know, she'd have to learn her lines right then and there, you know, and she made it happen. So as a father, I am so proud of her and what she's accomplished, but she's not done yet. You talk to her about it, she'll tell you all the time.
This is only the beginning. I mean, but the beginning came, you know, and you got to give thanks to Kenya Barris. You know what I'm saying? Because
definitely,
you know, starting off on Blackish, you know, you know, like that's like one of the #1 TV shows out there.
Yes. You know, Blackish is nominated again for an Emmy this year. Yes. Well, I do give Kenya thanks, because really and truly, Kenya was an integral part of us meeting Will Packer for this film. So I took it to Kenya first when she came up with the idea. I took it to Kenya first, and Kenya was like, "Yo, I got the right person for this that will do this and make it fantastic." And he was like, "Let me make a phone call," and he called Will right then and there, and we set up the time and. Yeah, we got on.
How was it seeing how Kenya works with, you know, the whole cast, you know, on set and stuff like that? You know, like what type of relationship you got with him?
First, shout out to Kenya Barris. Kenya is absolutely remarkable. You know what I mean? And we've known it for the whole 4 years, and I think the world is just starting to catch up after by being 2 years behind. But Kenya's a phenomenal writer. The way he sees things is crazy. So just being around him and being able to watch him work and watch him move, and in the time that I'm able to see and pay attention. Let me be honest with you. When we went in to pitch Little, I watched Kenya pitch it. He went in and he set us down. We went through the idea of it. We wrote it all down. We created a pitch, and I watched him pitch this film, and I learned a lot by just watching this process, and it kind of helped me to understand what I need to do when I'm in this room, because he's amazing at it. Anything he pitches, he's winning.
Yeah. He got the good credentials now for people to actually sit back and listen.
But he didn't at the time. You know what I mean? He didn't have those credentials at the time. He had just had Blackish. He was. I think he did a little. He was co-creator of America's Got Talent. I mean, not America's Got Talent, but what's that? America's Top Model. With Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
So and he worked on a few shows, but now he's really killing the game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kenya again. He just signed that big deal with Netflix.
Bang bang.
Mil, you know what I'm saying?
And then just for you to see the whole process of how to do a pitch, because the average person wouldn't know how to go into a big office and pitch something. For you to see all that, that's dope, and it helps you out in the future when it's time for you to go try and pitch something. And
I was always in sales, before I even got into Hollywood. I was in sales. I was in actual car sales, and I did that for so long. My wife's father was in it for a long time, and he kind of showed me the game. And then, he was making so much money. I was like, I need to get a little bit of that. Yeah. So I started doing that, and I think that taught me how to build relationships with people. You know what I mean? And because I got to sit and talk. I talked to thousands of people. In the time that I was doing that business. So I got to understand what people think, how to interact with them, how to sell stuff. And so I think that's helped me along the lines of in Hollywood to be able to move at a pace that's a little bit different than most, you know what I mean? And I was able to teach my daughter that as well because, sales is That's what everything is.
I think it's crazy how God just has a path for everybody because you being in sales, then now you pitching shows and movies and stuff like that. Like everybody has a path because if you didn't have that, that background to do that, then you would have been like lost or you probably would have been a little bit more scared when it's time to go in to pitch something. So
I agree.
Everybody has some, they have their own path and it's just how you follow it and go along with it.
How do you how do you feel, given that your daughter is now, the creator of a movie and you write and produce, create yourself? Are you guys building a family business, so to speak, or is this something?
She got producer credits on this too, right?
On Little. Yeah, she's an executive producer as well.
So she's like
that's
the first.
Dope. That's
she's like
hugely dope.
Yeah,
It's huge.
she's the youngest. She's the executive producer to.
That's
and she's black and she's a woman or a female.
That's dope. So are you looking at it from the family standpoint? Like we're building a legacy now.
Oh, of course,
my daughter, or you know what I mean.
Everything.
It's not necessarily. We're trying to build a legacy for our kids and our kids are, right. And those around us. My daughter wants to be a legend. She wants to be iconic. She wants to bring people up.
She's the first young executive producer.
She wants to make a way for other young talent to be able to see themselves doing this. Right. I always tell her all the time that, acting's her little league. A lot of kids, they were able to go to school, play football, basketball, soccer, tennis, then they do like spelling bees and, all that stuff. Well, she didn't have that opportunity. She worked, she's been doing this ever since she was like 5. Right. So, and this is something she wanted to do. So, she didn't have the opportunity. She looks at this as her little league, you know what I mean? And so she learns and she goes out to be the best every day that she's there, so. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
And then got to train and practice just like Little League.
And, she's had an opportunity. What's worked for her. She was already talented, but when you put a talented kid in a place to learn from other world-renowned actors like Anthony Anderson, Jennifer Lewis, Tracee Ellis Ross, Lawrence Fishburne. When she works with them all day, she can't do nothing but learn how to be better and grow, and be great. Yeah. So that's what she's done. Every day she goes to work, it's a learning lesson for her, and she takes it and she processes it, and she's been able to do some phenomenal things.
She's doing it so young, man. It's so much more to come. Right. Like this is like crazy the beginning.
I just want to say that's real beautiful to see black families.
Thank you.
A black family building that type of a legacy in this business, and not even just starting with just you, but your daughter is 14 and already she's making a huge mark. That sets her up for a long, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, I'm just glad that I know y'all before all this shit jumped off. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, that was my nigga before all this shit bumped. Now I don't seem like I'm a fucking groupie trying to hang out with a nigga.
No, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I shout out to my baby Marseille, she's launched her own production company called Genius Productions, where she's going to be able to continue doing films in the industry and TV and some unscripted, and scripted television. So
that's dope.
Yeah, she has so many ideas, and she wants to just be able to do them. She doesn't want to wait for anybody to tell her when she can. She just wants to just do them. So she launched her own production.
Your brother from New Orleans said turn your mic up, but he got his Billy D voice on. This is why you can't.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? My mic needs to be turned up.
No, but we're on live. Your mic is loud, but
cool.
you Billy D right now with this shit. I mean, we talking on the mic.
Shout out to Lavelle Franklin.
He like, my
Go boy 504. Hey, go boy 504.
Works every
That's
time.
what's up, man. It's a lot of big things coming from your family, man, and I appreciate you sharing all that with us, bro. Like, everybody needs to know like what it takes to start and to get into the industry if that's what they're looking to do.
I do what like a lot of people don't know. Like regular people, hold on, talking about regular people don't know what actually is a movie producer, or like what does a producer do? Because most people, the regular person, they just look at that shit. They see producer, director, blah, blah, blah. They got an idea who the director is. They don't know what most of the other stuff is. And the producer, like for a long time, watching stuff like that, I was like, what does the producer do?
It takes a lot of shit to happen during the day to make that shit work.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely takes a lot. But a producer, there's executive producers and there's producers, and they're basically the money and the brains behind the project. They make sure that everybody is there when they're supposed to. They're in charge of finding the talent, making sure the money is where it's supposed to be. Everybody's on budget or under budget. Putting the crew together to shoot the film, making sure the writers are doing what they're supposed to. The money, managing the money. They're all of that. I mean, you have to have those in order to, and you have to have a very good one, because when you're talking about making films, you're dealing with a lot of money. 25, 30, sometimes 100, $200 million, and you have to have the right people to track every dollar and make sure the right people are on the stage and on the crew to give you the best possible film that you can make. So
yeah, and you're dealing with a lot of people too.
Yeah. I just want to bring a lot of y'all niggas that's out there hustling and feeling like drugs and it's the only way. Take that same mind state and transfer it into something positive, because that's exactly what you're doing out there. You're handling big money, making sure everything is accounted for by the dollar. Like, change your mind state. I just want to say that.
I will say, from doing similar stuff, not big movies and stuff, but from the commercial side of stuff and music video side of stuff, lots of the producers, usually women. Usually women, from my experience.
I can agree with that when I see in commercials, because I remember when my daughter was definitely when my daughter was doing commercials. I saw a lot of women producers, which is fantastic. The thing about it wasn't a lot of black women producers or a lot of blacks in this game.
There's not a lot of black men doing that or black women doing that. It's mostly younger or middle-aged white women that are in those positions.
Well, and to go back on women, what I'm saying, like, we just lost a great woman, this week.
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin, you know what I mean? The Queen of Soul.
Queen of Soul.
Seriously,
Shout out
one
to
of the
Aretha.
greatest, dog. Like we witnessed one of the greatest, dog.
Yeah. And she was
go
only
around and
only
see that,
76, bro. Like,
Only.
Yeah, I mean 76. Like, you expect Aretha to go into about like 90 at least.
76. You can say
You
you've
lived a
had a
pretty
good
good life.
long
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm
You
saying?
lived.
And especially the life that she's lived. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's not like you saying she was only 46.
I mean,
or only
listen,
50.
yeah.
She had her
She-
respect literally
Yeah.
Right.
at
you know
like
what I'm
20
saying?
something years
You know
old.
what I'm
She
saying?
ain't had to
So-
do nothing else.
Hey, man,
Like
she had a
20
good
something.
life,
So
bro.
to get to 76
that's
with that
you know what I'm
respect,
saying?
Yeah.
still
Hey,
intact.
if you cross if I live to be 76, I'm gonna tip my hat and bow down because, bro, I mean, I ran a hell of a race. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
man,
Like,
she-
if I
I will say
die
this.
in my 60s, then you can say, damn.
I mean,
If
she
you
did
live
live
to
with-
76 and he lived to 76, I hope you're still around so we can make that show because they arguments at ridiculous. dog.
But listen, I mean, like, yo, she did live a long life, man, and she did a lot of stuff. She had 44 Grammy nominations, yo, and she won like
She won 18, yeah.
yo. She won 18,
Yeah.
but she had 44 nominations.
Wow.
You know what I mean? She won the Grammy Legend Award in '91, and she 5 recordings in the Grammy Hall of Fame.
Jesus.
That's crazy, bro. She got a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2004.
Hold on.
I mean, in
I
94.
laugh because it's like I love how he reads off his facts.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Like he knows them for like.
Like,
Did you know?
But listen, here's the thing. He don't just like if he was smart, he would spit it out little by little. But instead, he tries to give you all the facts all at one time. So now it sounds like the nigga read that nigga said she got 91 Grammy nominations.
Nigga, I'm just
She
running
won
down.
18 of them. She was a world class. Like you supposed, like, bro, you supposed to slide that shit in there like it's information that
Don't
you
tell
know.
me what I'm supposed to do. This is how
this
I
nigga
do
reads
it.
all the facts all at one time.
Hey, he's gonna give it to you all at
Hey,
once.
listen, I mean, and then we can talk about the facts after I spit them out. You know what I'm saying?
Every time he do it, it just
Facts.
tickles me inside because I'm watching the nigga read it and he's looking at me like,
And she
because I know this nigga. I know he looking at me. Look at yo, he see me reading this shit. But that's what you do, nigga. You gotta have your fucking facts.
you
gotta
supposed to
your
have the facts, but slide it in there
Nigga.
little by little. You know what I'm saying? Don't give us all the facts all at one time. Like, she got 44 Grammy nominations.
Well, you got any
And
facts?
hold on, no, I
Dice,
don't.
tell him
because
you only got
listen,
59 minutes.
He
you know what I'm saying? You got to get it out
You gotta
quick.
get it out and then talk about it.
about
He
it
didn't
afterwards.
tell me
Right.
we was talking about Aretha. I would have had
I
facts.
did tell you we was gonna talk about Aretha yesterday. I said I want to talk about Aretha.
Did I not? Hold on. And also, too, you told me that yesterday morning as we both were at the shop going to work. And what did I tell
Speaking
you?
of those
I
facts.
said, text me or send me the things that you want to talk about.
Okay, so can I ask
Yeah,
you a
hold on.
question?
But
Did I
the
not?
thing is, like,
Yeah, yeah.
why wouldn't we talk about
No,
Aretha?
no. I do have a question. Okay, so as powerful and as vibrant as Aretha Franklin was, as big as she was in the industry, did he really have to tell you that you guys were going to talk about Aretha Franklin?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, my
Yeah.
nigga. Like that's
Did he
just something
really
that
have to tell
you
you that?
just
Yeah,
gotta
here's the
know
thing. I
that you're
agree
gonna
with
talk
that.
about.
Or
I agree with
should
that.
that have been
Like you even came in here
been
before I even said something. Talking about, yo,
Time out.
I want to play.
said.
I want to play these Aretha tracks before. I said, yo, I already got a whole
shouldn't have to
segment
tell you
on
that.
Aretha.
Okay, so time out. Just so you know, every time we shoot these episodes, Dice and I have a thing where he sends me the topics of what he wants to
tonsorial.
discuss. I set up everything and I send it back to him. Right? So if you are responsible and knowing that you're supposed to send me these topics every time we have this show, and I tell you, hey, send me the topics of what you want to talk about. This is normal. And he don't send it, nigga. That's not my fault.
But did he?
That's-
have to
But
tell you?
again,
Do I gotta tell you to put your drawers on in the morning,
Hold on.
nigga?
I was, hold on. I was
tell
helping
you to
you.
wipe your ass and you shit.
What you talking about? I was helping you,
Nigga, but he wasn't helping you for you to have to help.
I was helping you.
Shit. Yo, do you know how many inaugurations that she sang for? How many presidents?
all.
Read it off, Dice. What is?
Barack Obama.
Read it off. Read it off.
Hold on, I think I say Barack Obama, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, everybody that you know.
No, I mean,
all
he
the
only
Democrats.
knows
All
that.
the black
And he only knows that because he's reading my
Look,
fucking. My
Notice that she only sang for the Democratic president.
Yeah, right.
I mean, all the ones that we like though. All the ones that we like too.
Look, none of the Bushes, not
None of
Reagan.
them, right.
Like, oh shit.
I mean, because she don't like them motherfuckers.
I don't think that really. I mean, she probably did it, but I'm sure that
I don't think they invited her.
Right.
I
don't think we're gonna have us no Aretha singing on inauguration.
I don't think Ronald Reagan said, you know, Nancy,
Let's call Aretha.
Aretha is singing her in my inauguration. So if somebody can reach out to Aretha for me.
No, you got to put the country ass voice.
When you're the president, you can get
No,
touch
that
with
nigga
anybody.
Ronald Reagan didn't.
Ronald Reagan. Oh yeah, I'm talking
Trump
about the
proved
Bush.
that that's not true.
I'm talking about
Trump was the first president that couldn't get nobody booked for his shit.
I didn't say you couldn't get in the book. I said you can get in touch.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you can get in touch.
Now, if they choose to do it, it's one thing.
I don't know. Aretha,
Everybody with Trump
like
was
I
like,
said,
nah,
man,
dog,
Aretha
nah,
was
dog, I'm
a
good.
great woman.
Nah, dog, I'm good. Nah, dog, don't you
Dice,
want to come
hold
sing
it.
it?
Y'all talking over Dice. He about to get mad because he still did Aretha. And they Aretha.
I mean, because he
and
was
y'all
still
talking
talking
Aretha. He keeps saying Aretha.
All right. What was one of your favorite songs from Aretha?
Respect, of course.
Yeah, you know,
what about you?
But what's the song that she did on Blues Brothers? What was that song?
Oh, yeah, that was funky. I wasn't going to say that, though, and I can't remember the damn name.
She has so many.
Is it one of
hits.
these? Is it one of these?
What? Oh, so you wrote some songs down. He would ask me what my favorite
some of her,
was,
yeah.
but he wrote his down.
No, I
So
got
I
him.
said, hey, what's your favorite? Oh, these are my favorite. You know,
I'm not.
But if you
No.
cover the
I'm
bitches
not
up, he
saying. I'm
wouldn't
not
know.
saying what my favorite was. I was gonna tell y'all some of her greatest.
On
hits.
his list,
You know what I mean? Some of her greatest
Let me hear
list.
it. Let me hear it.
Natural Woman. A Natural Woman, Respect. I Never Loved a Man the Way I Loved You.
Okay.
And that one went number 1 on the Billboard in 1967. You know what I mean? That took
Gotta
it to
put that
mainstream.
fact in there.
Just so y'all know.
That's what's up.
Rock Steady.
nigga,
Rock
boy,
you know what I'm
Steady is
saying?
that joint.
Rock Steady
is that joint.
Spanish Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Those-
Young,
I forgot she did Spanish
gifted,
Harlem.
and
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Young, gifted, and black.
Exactly, nigga. Like, yo, she supported a large number
Best
of
song
charities
she
too,
got to me.
nigga. Like,
This nigga, he took the Wikipedia page and just posted
real.
it on his.
Don't nobody care
you
about
see
that.
what I'm saying?
Nobody cares
On
about
his
that.
notes.
She used to make fried
saying?
chicken every Sunday.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Her family said her
Wikipedia
cornbread was the
Copy
best
and
cornbread.
paste.
Hey, listen, man, these some of the fucking facts, though. I mean, y'all, hey,
Wait.
Proud of her.
Scroll
We
down.
are
Because
proud.
it's
Be
one
proud of
fact.
her.
It's one fact I don't see on here that you should have on here.
What is
tell
that?
me
What is
then.
that?
She was once married to your boy that played the Colonel on Different World, aka Preach from what was that? Cooley High. She was married to Preach from
Glenn
Cooley High.
Turman.
Glenn Turman.
Oh,
She was
really?
married
I
to
didn't
him
know
for
that.
like 6 years.
See?
How
That's
you
something
ain't
I
got
ain't
that
know.
fact
That's
on
something
there?
I mean, because I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I ain't got to know everything. This is all the shit that I look for.
But
I
you
thought-
pasted the Wikipedia
Listen,
page.
But no, I didn't. Now, I mean, I went to a couple different
has it all on
articles.
there.
I took a couple different articles and took the main shit out of it and put it on here.
Wikipedia.
But
If
the
you'd
thing
have
is,
watched the news the other day, if
but
you'd
the
have
thing is,
watched
why
Fox
am I the only one with any type of fucking facts?
Wait,
You know what I'm saying?
wait.
You know what I'm saying? Or anything to say
why you
about
hating on my
it.
facts?
Or anything to say about it.
We're not talking about your facts. We're talking about how
Wikipedia
you
is
deliver
facts.
Right. How you deliver the facts. That nigga just leans in. She was married to Glenn Turman. and then he'll look over like this for 6 years.
Did you know?
Did you know? She also made a lot of donations to charity.
Do you know her number one singles? Do you know them singles? She won
That shit is hilarious.
18 Grammys.
She's worth $80 million.
Oh, really? Did you go to, what's that one, Celebrity?
She's worth $80 million?
Yes.
$80 million.
Now think about that though. Barry Gordy is a very, very smart man because he owns most of that publishing. Aretha should be worth way more than $80 million. If you think of how her music
But she
has
was
been
getting money way
licensed
back
through
then. Money was different.
Did you know
don't
that
change.
when Aretha did a show, she had to get paid in cash?
Cash money, I don't play that
Straight.
check
Yep.
shit.
She don't play
Get
that.
more money.
Count it out.
No money.
Honey stacks.
Right then and there.
100 stack.
Count it out.
Gotta get it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Dollar
Suck it to me,
sign.
suck it to me.
But no, I mean, she
Cash.
definitely is, you know, the queen of soul.
For
And
sure.
I think Beyonce is the queen of R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like the next generation coming.
Where did that come
this
from?
shit.
I mean,
Yeah,
nigga,
that just-
Where did that come from? And
she look
by the
like
way, Beyonce is our generation. It's not the next generation.
well,
That's what I'm saying.
our
Like,
our generation where we grew
for
up
our
with Beyonce.
generation.
Actually though, I mean, to
What is he on?
Our generation.
because music is timeless and it lives on. Beyonce is one of them ones that will affect future generations.
Yeah,
kinda
but
like,
that doesn't mean we but they're not
Aretha
going to
still
grow up
you
with
know,
Beyonce.
affect-
I agree.
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
but we didn't grow up with Aretha, but we
We
still
grew
love
up
her.
with Beyonce.
But
We
we
saw Beyonce's transition.
But we didn't grow up with Aretha, but we still love all her songs.
because when
Nigga wasn't born in the 60s. What the fuck is you talking
So
about?
she
Freeway of
stopped.
Love
nigga.
came out
No,
in
she
80
didn't
something,
stop, but
dog.
Right, nigga, like
caught
nigga, when we
No,
was
that's what I mean about Beyonce.
time out. We wasn't there for the whole ride.
Oh, no, but
we
that's what I mean
as
about-
children, Aretha Franklin still had hits on the Billboard, bro.
What I'm saying
so
is
what
not
are you
me-
talking about? We didn't grow up with her.
But what I'm saying, I know we didn't grow up with. I mean, but we heard her. That's the same thing. What I'm talking about with Beyonce. Beyonce is our age right here, right now, right? But my son is still going to know a lot of her songs as he get older, just like we do with Aretha. That's what I said. That's why I said she's the next.
You got to remember, we grew up with like J-Lo. We grew up with Faith Evans.
Wait,
I didn't grow up with none of them. I was already grown.
Yeah, I was
when
grown
the
with
motherfuckers
Faith and J-Lo.
So was
I
you,
grew up
nigga.
with Michael and Prince.
Well, first of all,
We grew
all
up
you
with
guys
Michael and
weren't
Prince.
grown when fully
you can't
grown.
put
You were
J-Lo
like
in that.
17,
No, nigga, we're in our
18 years
20s.
old.
Listen,
We're in our 20s.
Nigga, I was living in California when J-Lo became
Nigga, I was in
a
high
music
school
singer.
when
Jenny
Faith
from the
Evans
Block.
came out. I was in high school when Jenny.
No, you wasn't.
Yes, I was. How are you gonna tell me?
Unless you
Yes,
like
I
way
was,
younger than me,
dog.
all
How
of
old
a
are you?
sudden.
How old are you? That's the
I'm
question.
41.
No, you weren't in high school.
Yes,
Nigga.
dog. I'm
Dog,
telling
if you're
you,
41, you
Faith
graduated in
Evans- hold on,
93 or
wait.
94. J-Lo
Dog,
came
I'm
out
telling you,
97.
Can somebody
Hey,
Google
no,
Faith
J-
Evans' first album
J-Lo
and when it
Faith
was
came out
released?
95.
95, bro.
Faith came out 95.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
J-Lo
but
is
we
2
grew
years
up-
post-Faith.
Dog, I graduated in 95.
Okay, I graduated in 94.
I graduated
So to
in
me,
94.
after 94, I was grown.
Oh my God. This nigga graduated when he was 16. And
17.
I graduated 17.
Okay, yeah, I graduated 18, but does it
18
mean
for me,
that
nigga.
you still was not a part of her growth? You grew up with her, bro. Like when her out,
honestly,
hold on. When
Actually, you know what?
when her albums came, when her first album came out, you were around.
I was
to
in
hear it.
college.
But you heard it. You grew up with
I
her.
didn't-
As
but
she
see-
grew, you grew.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the
got
difference
that.
is-
Aretha Franklin, when she first came out, nigga, I wasn't born. I didn't grow up with her.
But see,
We
to
would
me,
say we
like
grew
when I
up
say
with,
grow up,
with
I
the
mean like,
Jacksons when
I
we
like
were
to
little.
me
When
from
we
the
were
time,
little.
from the time I could understand music and dance like your daughter Sydney,
Michael
up to
Jackson.
maybe like 15, 16 years old.
Michael
That's what
Jackson.
I call growing up with music.
Michael
you know what I'm
Jackson.
saying?
No,
yeah, there are
that's
artists.
not-
There are artists I grew old with, like what's the name? Like we grew together.
So who
as
do you
pe-
think you grew up with? Who is somebody you grew up with?
To me, Michael Jackson, Prince.
How
Run
did you
DMC.
grow up with
Listen,
Michael Jackson?
Because that
White
was the
racist.
music. That
Okay,
that was
you're right. You should have grew up with Michael Jackson.
This was gonna take a real bad turn.
I had to throw that in there.
I seen that coming when you
You're
thought
right.
it too, dog.
So
You was
it's
"Oh,
so it's
dog."
like, yo, so these like Run DMC, Curtis Blow, like these
But
are
you grew up
artists
with
I
all of
hated
them,
Curtis.
dog.
Right? That's to me growing up because as I was growing up, that was the music that inspired me. So the artists that are my age, I didn't grow
So
up.
you didn't grow up with J-Lo. You didn't grow up with.
No, because we.
So you
we
didn't
grew
grow up with
together.
Beyonce?
We grew together. Like as
You
they
didn't grow up
became-
with T.I. You didn't grow up.
No,
with
when Beyonce and them dropped, Beyonce and them was little kids to me.
They was little kids to you.
I was 21.
Kinda.
They was like little girls to
right,
me.
but you grew.
Like I didn't even look at them
when
like
they
that. When people
came
like,
out.
oh, they cute, they just like
When
they was
they
little girls.
came
Like I
out.
couldn't even look at Beyonce
You was
until they
dumb.
was over 21.
You were still
sorry, Trey.
growing though
I
with
disagree.
them.
We was all looking at
Yes.
Beyonce
I
at
wasn't.
the beginning.
Actually,
You don't remember Beyonce in that Case video?
Honestly, you know who I used
You
to
don't
like?
remember
I
Beyonce
used to
in
like
that
the
Case
bitch. I used
video?
to like the little chick that got kicked out the group.
Latoya.
Yeah,
The light skin one. Yeah.
You don't remember Beyonce?
The short one.
in
I used to
that,
like the short
one.
that
Latavia,
Case.
that's
video?
Latavia. Yeah, that's what I used to like.
Kelly
Yeah.
Rowland is bad.
I
Shout out to Kelly Rowland. I just
Shout
met
out
her
to
the other
Kelly, yeah.
day.
Shout out.
She came through at the birthday
I heard
party.
she
Like,
got some nice skin.
I wasn't looking at her skin with her husband just standing right next to me. I was just like,
damn it.
This nigga died.
God damn it. Like, nigga,
I mean, you know.
where does this shit come from?
That good
Nigga,
melon.
he said, shout out to Kelly Rowland. I met her the other day. I was like, yo, she came through at the birthday party.
he
I heard she's got nice skin.
Yo, that was some Hannibal Lecter shit right there.
So tasty. How nice and lovely your skin is. This nigga's crazy.
She had some
nigga.
nice skin.
Nah, I heard she got a glow
Can-
about her. She got like a glow.
Can I exfoliate your
That's
skin
what I'm
with
talking
Lori
about.
But that
seasoning?
doesn't. She has a glow. She has a glow, but it's mainly because of the type of person she is. It doesn't really have
Had nothing to do with her skin. It's the
Nice
personality. You know what I'm saying?
I don't need to be.
Do y'all hear
That's
this?
just what somebody told me that. Somebody was like, yo, nigga, like her skin is
But this is what
remarkable.
I'm saying. That's a fact that you should just shut out.
All
Don't
right, so
throw that in the do not repeat.
we gonna totally jump off of that subject, man.
Let's jump on to some football because my nigga over here is a Raiders fan.
Goddamn.
Oh, y'all having some problems right
Raiders.
now. What's up with your boy,
Y'all
dog?
look shitty yesterday.
Look, bump that. What's up with your boy? Is he coming back or is he not gonna play this year? What is popping with that?
Oh, the linebacker nigga.
Y'all got one nigga that's the best nigga on the team decide he ain't playing for Chucky
First of
right
all,
now.
I'm not finna sit here and let you three niggas try to gang up on me and talk about my Raiders.
I'm not
I ain't
talking
say shit about the
They
Raiders.
don't got
I'm a Bears
nothing.
fan, nigga.
They don't got nothing against the Raiders.
I don't even care about the AFC.
Secondly,
I don't care
Secondly,
about the AFC.
nigga, it's
And you wore that shit in
It's
Tennessee. You wore that shit to the
pretend
podcast.
games on right now. These
I
are
know, but
pretend
he's
games.
holding out of these pretend
These are
games like he's not going to
pretend
play in the
games.
season.
These aren't real games.
Hey, you know what they telling
You know
you
what
to
I'm
do?
saying?
Pretend that this is the real season because this is what it's gonna be like.
This is pretend. So no, Khalil Mack doesn't have to come back. As long as he stays in shape, he knows his plays, he knows what he's supposed to do. When he get to the field, he gonna handle his
So
business.
you're confident week one he's suiting up?
Hey, I'm confident that he will be back in a Raiders uniform. And if he's not, trust me, that Gruden,
He's gonna be in the Chiefs uniform.
no, and ADJ,
We'll trade you. We'll take that nigga.
Gruden, ADJ know what they're doing.
Yo, realistically, what do you see your record being this year?
The Raiders?
Yeah.
I'm looking at 9-6.
What's your position? What you think your position gonna be in the AFC?
Well, it'll be
West?
9-7, but
Oh, here this nigga go with
I
these
mean, 'cause
fucking gay ass Chiefs.
it's
No, I'm just a realistic question.
So
What
9-7,
do
you mean?
your position to be
You
in the AFC West?
I think we'll be second.
To who? The Broncos or the Chiefs?
Well,
I'm
you know it's
thinking-
not the Broncos.
I don't know. San
Actually-
Diego gonna be pretty good this year.
San Diego look like they got a stick.
I think either to San Diego or the Broncos.
Of
Yeah.
course,
He
would say
basically
that.
just wasn't
never
gonna give you the
listen,
Chiefs.
I don't think
He
the
wasn't
Chiefs
giving
gonna
you
be
the
good
I know
this year.
Bronco fans that's like this. Man.
I don't think the Chiefs are gonna be good this year, honestly.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. This is what I said. I said I'm not going to expect much, so that way, in
you
case
go.
they're not,
That is the
I'm not
first
gonna
time in a
expect
10-year
much.
span
Just
that I've
so I
seen
can
Trey
say
not
my
expect
team-
much.
I mean, because he
does
knows.
shitty.
He knows. Like,
But however,
expect
now
for
listen,
them to do
turn that
good
camera around so
anyway.
everybody can see this. However,
How?
yesterday, my young quarterback threw a 69-yard bomb, and we beat our team 28-14. How did your game turn out?
make-believe
Okay,
games.
so
These
just
aren't
so
real
you
games.
know, these
On
are
a
pre-
third-
I'm just
on a
going.
third string
Again,
D-back.
I'm going to pretend this is the real thing.
He also played
And that's
way
just how
more
third string
series
D-back.
than my quarterback. He played way more
Quarterback, he
series.
need
I'm
that
just
work.
gonna say,
Your quarterback got hurt
No,
last year.
and then
As
he
a trying to preserve
did
it.
that against probably some second string, third string niggas trying
this
to
was
try
starters.
out.
This was starters.
Yeah, whatever. You know, you want to get, you want to feel like your team is doing something, but your team is trash, bro.
Come back.
How about
There's
them
nobody
Bears?
I
in
tell
the
you like
city
this.
that roots for the Kansas City Chiefs,
How
but
about them
you.
Bears?
There's nobody in the Kansas City.
Oh, we came back.
Nobody
and beat
in
Denver.
this
How
city.
about them Bears?
We came
Los
back and beat
Angeles.
Denver yesterday, 24.
You say, how about
Nigga,
that,
it's
Bears?
pretend games.
It's pretend games.
It's pretend.
But I tell you what, ain't
games.
pretend. Nick Foles getting hurt.
I don't give a
Like,
fuck.
that shit
Carson
ain't-
Wentz is throwing
Yeah,
harder.
he's the
and
number one.
If
Carson
you
Wentz, not
heard the
Nick
scouting
Foles.
reports, Carson Wentz is throwing harder and faster than he was last year, and he's ahead of schedule on his return. We not really tripping off second string. We good. We
Yeah,
good.
bro.
That NFC East is so.
And
I
with
don't
that
even fuck
team,
with football.
you can actually plug anybody in.
You
there.
can
They
plug
do
anybody in, dog.
Yeah,
We're
I would
deep.
definitely say y'all gonna come out the NFC East because the Cowboys
trash.
You know, only person I think the
Trash.
Giants. I think the
You
Giants
don't
is gonna make
know.
some noise this year.
Dog, I've seen teams win.
I think the Giants
There's
will make
been
some
teams that's won 3 games in the preseason and not win shit in the regular season.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can't really
I've
say.
seen teams go 4-0 in the preseason and come out and
Right.
go, you know,
and
2
they
and
only
whatever.
give you like 10% of their playbook. They don't even go into any of their plays. So
they don't
We
want
ain't gonna
anybody
show
to
you
see-
the good
yeah,
shit, nigga.
yeah.
We're trying to win games.
So pretend games is what we're talking about here.
Yeah, but next week,
But like Trey said,
week
they gonna
3 is
pretend
gonna be
like
the
this is
better.
real.
Week 3 is gonna be the better tune-up because that's when all the starters kind of play. A little
No, it
bit.
ain't.
No, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
Week
the
one.
starters play week 1 and week
Week
2.
one.
They try to see who they're going to cut
nigga,
week 3 and
I'm
week
trying-
4.
Exactly.
No, week 4.
He's right. He's right.
I know he was. He is right.
Nigga,
I
I
know.
guarantee you that the starters are gonna play until the halftime.
They won't, bro.
They won't.
They're gonna. They
Make a
won't
bet.
because all they're trying to see is who. Now they
Who's
already
gonna
know their
make the
starters.
Nigga, they do this
Who's
They're not
every
gonna-
fucking
no,
year,
they're
nigga.
not,
Week 3 in the
dog. They-
preseason, the
Look,
starters
this
play
nigga
until halftime.
boy.
You're wrong.
Nigga, y'all wrong.
You're wrong.
No.
Dice.
Y'all gonna see this week. Y'all gonna see this week.
No,
I bet you
sorry.
all y'all starters gonna play at
I
least till halftime.
guarantee you, none of my
I
starters
bet
are
you,
playing till
nigga, this
halftime
is
in
the big
first.
week.
No, it's not.
This is the big.
It's
Man,
No,
whatever,
we coming
man.
off a
Whatever,
Super
man.
Bowl
Y'all
championship.
motherfuckers
We don't need to analyze
Once
our team.
again,
I play football
50-50
all day.
Goddamn
is
right.
on the
All I've
wrong
been
side
doing
of
is
the
watching
50.
football my whole life and playing it, bro. Like,
All his life,
50's on the all his life.
all his life, all
right.
he did.
This
was
all
watch
I'm gonna do
football.
right here.
I can't take it.
Dice.
D3.
You're wrong.
no, y'all wrong.
Listen,
Anyway,
Kush.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out. Fuck that. Happy birthday to my brother Dice,
Happy
man.
birthday,
The tonsor, son. That Dice came in here today and showed me the sign on his. What I thought was a barbershop, but what I found out was a tonsorial for all the people in media land and viewing land. What the fuck is a tonsorial? It's a place you go get a haircut. We didn't know that shit. We've been calling it the barbershop for
All
40
these years.
and we ain't know that Dice is not a barber. He's a tonsor, dog.
you know what I'm
The
saying? Hey,
tonsorial.
hey,
Dice,
I'm
the
mastering my
tonsorial.
craft.
You learn something new every day. I definitely learned something new today.
I'm gonna drop this jewel on
Come
you.
get barbering
Did
at
you
its
know
excellence.
today is World Photography Day?
No.
Hell no. How the hell would we know that if there
Why,
wasn't a meme?
why does anyone?
Why the fuck did you say that?
anyone know this?
Because I want to know
Do you know that?
who is in charge
Of all
the
this
making
shit.
the days.
all these days.
I
like,
agree
it's
with
a
that.
whole
what
bunch of them.
What department
like
is
National
this?
Donut Day, Best Friend Day.
I know.
No
What?
panty day. I'm real partial to no panty day.
No
I seen
bra
that pop
day,
up
nigga,
on my
like-
thing a few times.
There's a no panty day.
I seen it pop up. I don't know if it's real, but if it's real,
Walk around
I have a
naked day,
question.
nigga.
I'm
How
all
about
for
that?
it.
Maybe Jorge can answer this for me on the next show. Where do you go? What office do I go to register for a day?
A day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Trade
what,
day.
You want a
like,
Trey Day?
Trey
I mean,
day.
not even. I want to. I don't know
A
what kind of
tonsor
fucking
day.
day I want.
Nigga, yo, they had a side piece day.
They don't have a sign.
Nigga, yeah, they did. Nigga, it already passed.
It's the day. It's the day.
First
after
of all,
it's the
Dice
day
would
after,
know that there's a
Valentine's
side
Day.
piece day.
It's
but-
either the day after or the day before Valentine's Day is side piece day.
The day before or
That's
after.
That's what they call it.
No, it was called something. It wasn't called side piece day. It was called some other shit.
It's called Day After Valentine's Day. It's called Day After Valentine's Day. I seen that shit before. The meme pops up and it says
No.
you ain't spend no time with your Valentine, your girl, your side girl on Valentine's Day. So the next day you're supposed to get her some chocolates. But
I just want to know.
I wanna stick with no
wanna know.
panty day.
And here's this.
no panty day should
I think
be
it was
passed.
like-
If it's not real, that should be real.
Here's the thing. This is what got me. Usually it's national, so that means it's within our own United States. This says World Photography Day. So now there's a separate office for national
and world.
national days and another office for world days.
Yeah.
Can somebody help me out and tell me where the fuck I can find these
where
offices?
They preparing us for the National Purge Day, nigga. That's what they preparing us for.
I quietly feel like
And
that
Dice
shit is
continues
lightweight
to watch
comedy.
too many movies.
Nah,
What is this nigga on today? This
I don't know,
nigga is
dog.
on fire. Like, yo, this nigga is
Quietly
hysterical.
preparing them for the purge day.
Wow.
So y'all don't
I'm
think
making
that
the
that's a
podcast
And
possibility?
great.
he's only had like a shot and a half.
I'm making the
maybe.
podcast great.
You definitely, nigga,
Again.
you're making my life great today
Again.
because this shit has been
Again.
pure entertainment for me. You know what I'm saying?
Make the podcast.
So
I ain't seen you all week. We ain't argued all week.
You know what I'm
nigga,
saying? Like
so-
we have not like it is,
I'm gonna be
you know
honest,
what?
dog. The
I have
barbershop, I ain't even been in there,
But
but
you know
I
what?
know it ain't the same in
I
there
have
now.
turned to Mike.
That ain't
Mike-
the
Mike-
same.
Yeah,
It's
kinda-
not the same.
It's not the
It's
same,
not
but-
the same.
And
Mike don't got the same returns, dog. Like
Here's
it's not the
here's
same.
a fact for you. Mike made G tap out yesterday.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Had to hit that nigga with a combo trick. Here's the funny part. I actually coordinated the whole thing, right?
You set up G?
G had on this
You set it
crazy
up.
ass outfit. So I walk up to, cause Mike always talking about, nigga, what you got on? Look at what you got on. So I walk up to Mike this morning. I said, nigga, if you let this nigga get away with this shit he has on, right? So later on that day, and then Mike at that time said
He was
something.
waiting.
He said something about a haircut that G did. I looked at it like, all right, okay. So later on that day, G went for the attack.
Oh,
And
shit.
I looked at Mike, I said, get so Mike, look, Mike, hold on. Mike went to go in, but the room was still loud. I said, I did like this.
Hey, wait.
He coaching.
Hold up. Look,
coaching.
look, I coordinated the whole attack.
coaching.
Nigga, listen. So look, look, it dropped down a little bit. I said,
Get him.
get him. That nigga came out. That nigga He was like, nigga. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, keep it going. Look, I'm like, keep it going. Keep it going. Don't let up, nigga. That shit was fucking hilarious.
He had a coached out bag and
Nigga.
like, you about to roast this nigga like, go, nigga, get
that
him.
shit was hilarious.
Nigga was a trainer in his
he was
corner.
about to go just a little too prematurely. And you know if you started
It's too
joke
loud.
off, when it's too loud, they
Fuck it all
miss
up.
it. And then all they hear is the end. It's like, nigga, that shit was, I was like, nigga, hold up. And nigga, I just say, he's like, G, I'm like, attack!
Oh, shit.
All right, man. So, Josh, I do want to thank you for coming through, man. I've been trying to get you on here for a minute, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, dog. So,
Thank you.
How'd you like it? How'd you like it?
I mean, you guys are doing some phenomenal work here, man. I'm impressed. It's pretty dope.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Y'all keep it up.
For coming through, bro.
You
Love the
doing some
conversation.
phenomenal work,
Thank
man.
you,
When the movie come
Josh.
out, we're gonna bring your daughter on here,
Yes,
man, so.
September 18th. I'm
No
sorry,
shots.
September
We
can't have
20th.
no shots.
No
Yeah, we
shots
got no
that
shots,
day.
no
Yeah,
cups,
no
no none of that.
Now we got water and
They might have to film
We
that
got to turn it to the. We got to
separately,
turn it to the Disney podcast.
Yeah, it might be. That's
Y'all keep an eye out for Little. It's a Universal Pictures, Will
What's
Packer
crazy is
production.
I just saw.
Hold on,
I
he
think
trying to give a
Regina
drop,
did an
nigga.
interview
We
about
trying
it the other
to-
day.
How
you gonna fuck
Cuz
up
we
his
trying to
drop?
wrap up.
My bad.
We trying to drop.
Go ahead.
It's coming out September 20th, 2019. Y'all keep a lookout for it. My daughter stars Marseille Martin. My daughter Luke James. It stars Issa Rae, Regina Hall. It's directed by Tina Gordon Chisholm. So it's a lot of black girl magic on this film. Y'all got to check it
They've
out.
started
Man,
promo
great
for
shit,
it, right?
man.
No, they haven't started any promos. We're about to start hitting the advertising for the film here shortly, but they are working on it. Just wrapped last week. So.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Nice.
So we're gonna have you back on when that drops. So we
I'm
do
looking
want
forward to it.
Thank you. So we do want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This, and we out this bitch.
I'm your host, Dice the Barber.
And I'm your host, Trey the Barber.
And Kush down here in that place.
And I'm the guest, Joshua Martin.
That's what it is.
Peace.